Hello students, good morning. I am Rahul Pandey and today I will teach you the first chapter of your English supplementary reader snapshot book The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse written by William Servian. Dear students, it is a very interesting story and before starting this chapter I would like to narrate the summary of this story. After that I will teach you. So, dear students, this story revolves around two poor Armenian boys. His name was Murad and Aram, and they are members of the Garughelian family. The hallmark of their tribe are trust and honesty. And the story begins in a mood of nostalgia. Aram, the narrator, was then a boy of 9 years, and his cousin Murad. He was a more adventurous but slightly crazy fellow, and he was 13 years old. So, Aram was the narrator of this story. The narrator remembers vividly the day when Murad came to his house at 4 in the morning and woke him up by tapping on the window of his room. So Aram jumped out of bed, and when he looked out of the window, he could not believe that he saw. His cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse, and Murad asked him to be quick if he wanted to ride. Alright? The narrator had a longing to ride, but his whole Garoghelian family was poor, though well known for their trust and honesty. The narrator knew that his cousin Murad could not have bought the horse, and if he could not have bought it, he must have stolen it. That is why the narrator refused to believe he had stolen it because no member of the Garoghelian family could be a thief. After that, the narrator Aram asked Murad where he had stolen that horse. Murad did not reply but asked him to leap out of the window if he wanted to ride. He knew that Murad was crazy regarding horses, so stealing a horse for a ride was not the same thing as stealing money or selling a stolen horse. After that, what happened? The narrator leaped into his clothes. He jumped down to the yard from the window and leaped up onto the horse behind his cousin Murad. From their house in Walnut Avenue, they reached Olive Avenue in less than 3 minutes. Okay, the horse began to trot as the air was fresh and lovely to breathe. Murad was considered one of the craziest members of their family, and after that, he began to sing or rather roar. And they raised the open country and let the horse run as long as it felt like running. After that, at last, Murad asked Aram to get down as he wanted to ride alone. Aram asked him if he would let him ride alone. So Murad replied that okay, it was up to the horse. After that, the narrator got down and his cousin Murad kicked his heels into the horse and shouted, Wazir, run. The horse stood on its hind legs, snorted, and ran forward at a fast speed. Murad raced the horse across a field of dry grass to an irrigation ditch. He crossed the ditch on the horse and 5 minutes later returned, and really he was dripping wet. After that, the sun was coming up. Now the narrator leaped to the back of the horse, but the horse did not move. At the suggestion of Murad, he kicked into the muscles of the horse, and it reared, snorted, and began to run. The narrator did not know what to do, and instead of running across the field to the irrigation ditch, the horse ran down the road to the vineyard of Dikran Halbian and leaped over 7 vines before Aram fell. Murad came running down the road, and he was more worried about the horse than Aram, and both of them searched the horse in different directions, and it took Murad half an hour to find the horse and bringing him back. Murad hid the horse in a deserted vineyard belonging to farmer Fezvian. Alright, and there were some oats and dry alfalfa in the deserted vineyard belonging to farmer, and it occurred to the narrator that Murad had been taking early rides for some time and had come to him that morning only. He inquired, "How long ago did you steal the horse, Murad?" And whenever he asked such type of questions, okay, did not like the question. Murad did not like the question. The narrator repressed it. "How long did you begin riding every morning?" He replied, "Not until this morning." He was obviously not speaking the truth, but he convinced Aram by saying so. Murad then told Aram that it was not easy to get the horse to behave so nicely. At first, it wanted to run wild, but since he had a way with the horse, he developed an understanding with the horse. So the narrator raced home and ate a hearty breakfast. After that afternoon, his uncle Khusro came to their house for coffee and cigarettes. Alright. While he was sipping coffee and smoking in the parlor, another visitor arrived. The latter was a farmer, and his name was John Bairo. He was an Assyrian, but out of loneliness had learned to speak Armenian. He was also served coffee and tobacco. Sighing sadly, he said that his white horse, which had been stolen last month, was still gone. Uncle Khusro became irritated and snubbed him for crying over a horse. Farmer John Bairo was a large man with a gentle heart. He had to walk 10 miles to reach there, and his left leg pained him. The horse had cost him $60, and his surrey was no good without a horse. As soon as the farmer went away, Aram ran over to his cousin Murad's house and told him everything. He asked Murad not to return it till he learned to ride, and he suggested keeping it for a year or at least 6 months. Oh, Murad thought he was inviting a Garogalian to steal. He decided to return the horse to its true owner, and early every morning for 2 weeks, Murad and Aram took the horse out of the barn of the deserted vineyard where they were heading it and rode it. Every morning, the horse would leap over grape vine and small trees and throw Aram and run away. Still, Aram hoped to learn to ride as Murad rode. One morning, on the way to Fazvian deserted vineyard, they came across farmer John Bairo, who was on his way to town. Murad greeted him. The farmer studied the horse eagerly and wished them good morning. He asked the name of their horse. Murad replied that they called it My Herd. John Byrow called it a lovely name for a lovely horse. He was certain that it was the horse which had been stolen from him many weeks ago. He asked if he might look into the horse's mouth. On examining the teeth of the horse, the farmer was ready to swear that it was his own horse, but since the fame of their family for honesty was well known, he would not call it the stolen horse. Still, it was the twin of his horse. Early the next morning, the boys took the horse to John Byrow's vineyard and put it in the barn. Murad put his arms around the horse, pressed his nose into the horse's nose, patted it, and then they went away. After that afternoon, John Barrow came to their house in his surrey and showed the narrator's mother the horse that had been stolen and returned. He was surprised to find the horse stronger than ever and better tempered too. He thanked God. Uncle Khusro who was in the parlor, became irritated and shouted at him to be quiet. He observed that his horse had been returned and repeated his pet phrase, pay no attention to it. So, dear students, it is the end of the summary of the first lesson, the summer of the beautiful white horse. So, keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you.